We are here because of our love, because of our respect, because of our gratitude for the life, work, accomplishment, and dedication of Comrade Cheddi Jagan. And let us put our hands together for those all the way in Georgetown to hear you. Come on, let's put our hands together for Dr. Cheddi Jagan. With us this evening also, we have some stalwarts that I cannot go on without recognizing. Not only our distinguished, hard-working, internationally recognized General Secretary, Comrade Bharat Jagdeo, not only the man of all seasons, the ever young Comrade Samuel Hines, not only the beautiful chairperson of the WPO, Comrade Sheila Holder. Oh, Comrade Sheila Berasami. You see, you're all awake. That was a test to see if you're sleeping. But the PPP is awake. That's right, comrades. I want to recognize also, and I want you to put your hands together for Comrade Roger Luncheon, Comrade Philomena Sahai Shuri, Comrade Harry Prasad Nakhtar, and all the other younger, vibrant, and extremely hard-working comrades of the Central Committee, the Executive Committee, the Regional Committee here, the District Committee, and all of you, put your hands together for yourselves. Like the other speakers, brothers and sisters, we are meeting here today at very strange times. I heard the Prime Minister say historic. But we are meeting at a time when our country and our people are faced with many challenges. Over the last 2 months, I've spent time every day listening and interacting with Guyanese from all across Guyana. Every community, every ethnicity, every gender. And I want to say to you, the story is the same. Whether you are APNU AFC, whether you are PPPC, whether you are whatever party you belong to, wherever you are from, the story is same all across Guyana. Our people are losing hope. Hope is gone because of this government, because of bad governance and poor economic development and progress in our country. And it is here today that we will make the commitment to ensure that the People's Progressive Party Civic is returned to government so that hope will be restored. Hope will be restored to every single Guyanese. Brothers and sisters, over the last 2 months, I've listened to the concerns, some of it heart-wrenching, whether it is a farmer in Demerara River who used to sell 1,500 pounds of Edos every week, but now cannot sell 250 pounds to compensate for his cost of production. Or the pumpkin farmer in Hog Island who has to leave 20,000 pounds of pumpkin to rot in his farm because he is paid $100 for a 20-pound pumpkin at Parika. Or the families of sugar workers who are struggling on the breadline to feed their family. Or the thousands of families who are afraid in their homes at night because of armed robberies. Or the small trader who is losing his business today because he has to buy US at $230 to 1. Or it is a 70,000 acres of rice here in Region 5 and 6 affected by the paddy bug, and the government has not yet intervened to help you. Or whether it is the increase of more than 600% in land rental and a more than 50% increase in the cost of production for rice farmers. Or the Amerindians in villages all across Region 9 who cannot receive health care because medical supplies and medicines are unavailable, or 6 months late, or delivered expired. Or the cash crop farmers in Leg 1 who took their children out of university because they cannot pay the rental in Georgetown. Or the community loggers and workers in the forestry sector in various communities in Region 10 who are without an income or concession or work for over 2.5 years. These are the real problems of real people. These are not imagination. This is no one's imagination. These are first-hand experiences, stories I have heard from people all across the country. So when you ask, where is Irfaan Ali? Irfaan Ali is where Dr. Cheddi Jagan would want him. He is among the people. He is with the people. He is listening to the people. He is listening to their concern. And he is giving them that air of hope that the People's Progressive Party will bring back when we return to government. So I hope my brothers and sisters all across Guyana know where Irfaan Ali is, because Irfaan Ali will continue to be there. It is our leader, Dr. Cheddi Jagan, who was able, through listening to the concerns and the problems of the people, to craft the way forward, to craft the way that ensured the development pathway was reflective of the needs and aspirations of the people. Unlike this government, where the needs and the aspirations of the people are divorced from the policies and programs of the government. If the needs and the aspirations of our people were taken into consideration, then the government would understand that the priority in the budget is not increase in dietary. The priority in the budget is not increase in international travel. The priority in the budget is not in the increase of lavish lifestyle and salaries for ministers. The priority of the people is to restore the 37,000 jobs we have lost as a country and as a people in the last 3.5 years. This is the reality. And for those of those who ask, where is Irfaan Ali? I ask one question. Where is President David Granger in all these hardships? Where is the government in all that the people of this country are going through? Where is the Minister of Health? Where is the Minister of Health when the people in Region 9 are receiving expired drugs? Where is the government when the New Amsterdam Hospital is without gauze? Where is the government when 7,000 sugar workers were sent to the breadline? And I said, and we have already said, that we will reopen the sugar estates. And when we said this, the government responded through their mouthpieces. And the government said, how do you justify reopening? Well, I have one question today. How did you justify closing the estates? Where is the social study? Where is the economic study that we, the PPP, asked for before you took any decision on sugar? No, you did not do it because it was not politically in your realm to do it. But let me say to you that we understand the social and economic consequences, and that will justify the reopening of the estates so that our workers and our people can go back to work. And you ask, where was the PPP when our brothers and sisters in the bauxite industry was suffering? I return the question to the government. Where were you when the People's Progressive Party invested in bauxite, invested in the subsidies, and invested in the lives of the people of Linden? They closed it. We reopened it. We opened the call center in Region 10. They closed it. Now when we're heading to elections, they're saying they want to reopen it. There is one thing that you can say about Cheddi Jagan and the PPP. In every difficulty, in every hard patch, in every difficult circumstances that we as a people and as a country face, the People's Progressive Party Civic was there with the people. And this is something we must celebrate. So brothers and sisters, notwithstanding all these difficulties, in every single community that I visited, the people said to me, the most important thing for them now is safeguarding democracy. The most important thing for them now is freedom. The most important thing for them is elections. If it is that you want to send a message to this government that they must call elections now, put your hands together. Brothers and sisters, I want to remind Moses Nagamutu of what he said at the 4th sitting of the 10th Parliament. This is what Moses Nagamutu said, and he was quoting Dr. Jagan. He said, a fundamental characteristic of democracy is that the will, listen to this, he was quoting Dr. Jagan, and he said, a fundamental characteristic of a democracy is when the will of the majority prevails over the will of the minority. So Moses, what has happened now? Hasn't the will of 33 prevailed over 32? But what has happened, Moses? The tune has changed on you. It is no longer the will. It is your lust for power, your lust for money, your lust for the sirens that has silenced you, that has silenced what you said in the fourth sitting of the 10th Parliament. But he did not say this alone. He went on to say, let me tell you what he went on to say. It has to be remembered. Listen to this. Moses said, it has to be remembered that the minority cannot masquerade over the majority. Moses said, the minority cannot masquerade over the majority. So listen, Moses, we will not allow the minority in the no confidence motion to masquerade over the majority. So let him get that right. He has to stop the masquerading now and call elections. I want to quote Dr. Chetty Jagan. He said, those who do not move do not notice the chains. And this is very important for us. If we don't get up, and all of us in Guyana don't play an active role in this struggle that lies ahead, we are ignoring the chains that is being placed on our freedom. We are ignoring the chain that is placed around our neck as a nation. So let us heed the call of Dr. Chetty Jagan. And that call is for us to move to action. For us to move to service. I want to quote Dr. Jagan again. Now is the time when we must all give a little more. For our freedom, we must care a little more for our people. We must sacrifice a little more for the greater good of our nation and future. Those are the words of Dr. Chetty Jagan. And brothers and sisters, on this occasion, I call upon all of us to give a little more, to do a little more, and to sacrifice a bit more for the freedom and democracy of our country. And when people ask, what are some of the consequences after March the 21st, I'm reminded again about what Dr. Jagan said. And this is what he said: democracy and health are interlinked and interacting. Without democracy, there can be no economic development. And without economic development, there can be no social progress, nor health care. So you see, brothers and sisters, Dr. Jagan said that democracy is the foundation of everything. It is the foundation of economic progress. It is the foundation of social development. And it is the foundation of the nation. That is why we must all commit to the safeguarding of this democracy. So, I'm reminded too about what Nigel Yuill said. He said, when he was speaking about constitutional crisis, that the country was heading into deep, deep uncharted waters. He said, no extra parliamentary engagement. He said an end to daily contracts. He said an end to the spending and raiding of the treasury. And he called upon the international community. Today, as we celebrate and reflect on the life of Dr. Jagan, we say to the government that you are taking Guyana into deep, deep, deep crisis. That you are taking our economy into serious problems. You're taking the lives of our people and you're acting in a callous manner when it comes to the governance of our country. My brothers and sisters, we have a duty to protect the Constitution of our country. We have a responsibility to protect democracy. Let us all make this commitment never to allow dictatorship to be victorious over freedom, unity, and development. This is not about politics. It is about safeguarding our country, our Constitution, and the legacy of Dr. Jagan. This is not the time to play in the gallery, to stand in the sidelines, or to walk the fence. It is a time for active participation. It is a unified struggle, a clear, singular vision and message that we shall not allow the boots of dictatorship to trample upon us. We must protect the gains of Dr. Jagan, and I commit to you today as the presidential candidate of this great party that all of me is all of you, and all of me is in all of the struggle, and come what it may, you have my personal commitment that I will be in that struggle. Whatever it takes, we will do it together. We will fight this dictatorship together. And we will overcome. We will overcome. I leave you this afternoon with a final quote from Dr. Cheddi Jagan. And this is what he said: I have always stood on the mountain top of hope, knowing that it is hope and not despair that motivates us and inspires us. So with all the despair, let us remember the words of Dr. Jagan. It is hope that will motivate us. It is hope that will inspire us. It is hope that will take us forward. A hope of a better Guyana. A hope of a better country. A hope for the restoration and safeguarding of democracy. And that hope is in the People's Progressive Party Civic. I thank you.